Hello, I am Bentham and welcome back to Kingdoms and Castles in the burgeoning town of Dragonstone, where we've been attacked by Vikings. I was wondering when they were going to come along. I'd noticed that I don't think we had an attack at all last episode. We started having just had one, and so it perhaps made a bit of sense that we wouldn't have quite had one in time for the end of the episode, but I was slightly worried I was going to be interrupted again before I could finish the episode, but there we go. The Vikings have arrived now, so we'll see how they're doing. I need to remember... Oh, that's the thing. You pause the game, it goes mental. Again, this is probably something that is not the case in new saves at the moment, because this one's been going for a while, and so there's certain bugs that sort of can't be fixed because they have been, and it's not worked for old save. Basically, it's... I don't know. I don't know whether it still happens or not, but my guess is that it doesn't, because it would have been sorted by now. Come on, get it? Oh, it's not built yet. I was wondering why I couldn't tell the people to leave that tower. I didn't realize the tower wasn't finished, so there we go. We can probably switch off a couple more of these. I'm slightly worried that we won't have enough people around. Now we do. It's a good way of telling when there's someone left. So there we go. All the main towers are now manned, and also there's no buildings out here for them to set on fire, which does remind me I do need to build a blacksmith. Having not rebuilt the one that we lost, our iron supply has gone mental, and our tool supply is gone. So, oops. Anyway, it seems like these guys are doing an absolutely terrible job of attacking, in that they're just sort of not. It looks like out of the 10, 8 just didn't go. They're like, we gotta guard the boat. The boat needs a lot of guarding. Oh, our 2 people have died. Let's leave. I think they overestimate my ability to do anything to their boats. That'll be in Beta 3, when we get armies, and we can actually go out and burn their boats or whatever. That'd be quite cool if they start attacking us, and then we outmaneuver them, burn their boats, and then attack them from behind. Or just go home, and then watch them be really confused as to what they should do, because their boats are gone. But we've got really good defense. Well, it depends on how our defenses work. If we just make some really high walls with no towers, they'll just be stuck outside them. They can't do anything. That'll be fun. They set them on fire and then we put them out before they can finish burning them down. Let's see how this guy does. He shouldn't get far because we've got a full group of towers firing. Let's just switch this one on. I can't. Oh, he's dead. There we go. It's all fine. The mason will get on with that. Also, I need to rebuild this tower. I haven't yet. But we now have people spare, so we can do that. And an archer tower. And really, I should build a couple of ballistas on the front here. Bit of a storm. Might have some fires from this. Probably be fine overall. Work is going well here. The town centre is finished and the hospital is about to be. That should sort out the plague issues we've been having recently. But yes, the goal for today is to stop being a burgeoning town. I don't want to burgeon anymore. It's terrible. There's only so long you can burgeon for before it just gets boring and repetitive. We need to go further, so let's build more manors. We'll start by, I think, just doubling what we have here so far. Basically, the way I've set this up, I can just build nothing but manors in this section. And it should all work well. How's the happiness of this particular house? It is 110. Fantastic. How is that relative to what we've got over here? 105 over here. What is this missing? This is with the libraries at I guess full pelt? Fully charged? Something like that? The library's working well. I like how the librarian is apparently a dragon fanatic. He just goes, dragons! As you go into the library. It's like, hey, I finished this book. What should I read about next? Dragons! That's all he says. He drives people mad, really. There's nothing but books about dragons in the library. It's frustrating. Luckily, there's another one just on the other side of the road. Unfortunately, he is also obsessed with dragons, so that doesn't help. But he's slightly less obsessed. This guy's more interested in just like dragons setting fire to things. This guy likes to think about the more complex things of you know, how do dragons think? How intelligent are they? Do they really enjoy gold? Because we've never seen them steal our gold. Oh wow, that guy's carrying a giant stack of food. That's quite impressive. I was thinking, I wonder if he can get, like, Is it having agriculture as a skill that allows you to carry stupid amounts of food in one go? That's the thing, we've got a lot of people who are grandmasters in things at this point because they've just been doing so many jobs for so long. Now the thing is, because I've got so many towers operational at the moment, there's no people free to actually work on these new houses, so let's shut them all down again. We're not quite at that stage yet where we can just have all the towers manned all the time, but we're definitely approaching it. We're definitely getting closer to that point. There we go, once these are built, they'll automatically requisition 8 people, which will be a bit awkward, but should be okay. Now, how is this going? We have 4 out of 5, 3 out of 5. Pretty good. That'll work. We can maybe shut down one more tower, and that'll get us significantly closer to having them fully manned. Now it's 4 and 4. What's the other guy working on? Oh, I guess maybe the tower over here. This is progressing steadily. Yeah, things are going well in the kingdom for the moment, because the Vikings haven't yet worked out that they should attack this island. But they will soon, and then we'll all die. Wow, this rain did not do our crops very... Oh. Oh dear. Yeah, I knew this was going to happen, but I wasn't paying attention, and so it's crept up on me. Let's quickly see about fixing it. Build a new orchard here. And then... I guess just plonk a bunch of farms around here. The position of these trees is not the best. The thing is, though, the problem is not so much that we're not generating enough food. It's that it's not being sent to the right place. At the moment, all these crops are dying in the fields because we can't store them. So what we need to do is get rid of that, replace it with a granary. And it's going to cause us issues, but we'll do that, and it'll prompt me to actually get some more blacksmiths built. Otherwise, we'll end up running into serious issues. So there we go. Build a granary there. That will really help with storing the crops. We'll work something out with this. I don't know what. These trees aren't in range of that forester, so I'm just going to chop them, and then I'm just going to put 6 farms in dotted around, and that'll work. Maybe leave this empty, because the trees might then grow over into these spots here. And then we can chop down these, and these will still be around, and then we can build an orchard here, something like that. That would work, I guess. But yeah, we've done that now, so what we need to do is build a blacksmith. 2 blacksmiths, in fact. Where to put them? We could put them out front again, but they might burn down. Decent odds that they'll burn down. Couple of potential spots around here, not so great though. I mean, once we've got more of these cleared out, we will, but also they're really good spots for farming, so might leave them for that. Clearing some of this out, building some blacksmiths here does not seem like a terrible idea. They're a little bit far away from the iron supply and the charcoal supplies. That is a problem. But we just need to build them. Alternative is to build them over here, where eventually they will be right next to iron supplies. But we don't have anything set up here yet. Also, this particular spot is really good for farming. We want to build it more over here. Be right out in the open. A lot more than if it was out front here. So another alternative is to remove something we've got in this area. However, as it turns out, we now need all the farming land we have. So probably a bad idea. That was the original plan, to remove this stuff. But at the moment, we cannot afford it. We'll be in trouble. So we'll build it over here. And of course it's winter, so we'll fast forward till it's spring, and then we can see what we're doing. Do we have our taxes at the moment? No, we are losing massive amounts of gold per year. That explains why everyone's so happy. I sort of forgot about that. The happiness is still amazing. 81. Oh, okay. It hadn't fully updated. That's still pretty good. It's higher than before. It's 3 higher than the than our previous sort of stable point. Trying to see what quality the land is here. We can actually look, can't we? All of this is amazing. Apart from that spot there, apparently. That bit's terrible. Okay, what I'm going to do is chop from here. This is enough space to have 2 blacksmiths in, and then we'll work. Once we've cleared it, we'll have a better idea of what we're looking at. Then we'll make more decision. Another option, just fill this in with piers and build the blacksmiths there. I do like how people... It's interesting that piers are better for walking on than than roads. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Piers are essentially an alternative to land, but there's no road on it. You'd expect that, like, a road would be quicker than a bridge, but that land without a road would be slower than a bridge. Oh, we lost someone in a stone mining accident. Well, guys, get these chopped down. Looks like we got plenty of people free to at least work on the tree chopping. So that's always good. Food is looking okay at the moment. I mean, we're currently in a harvest, so I don't know how it'll be just before the next harvest, whether it'll have gone down. At the moment, we'll be doing great because this was empty, and so it's being slowly filled over successive years. But once it's full, we might struggle to empty it. But that is the nearest granary to this market, so they should prioritize that, which will really help. Because so far, the issue we've been having is that these farms are prioritized for these houses for obvious reasons, and these ones are just ignored and are barely helping. They're basically the emergency stock, and they're not being restocked very well. And so, once you're in the emergency stocks, it's hard to keep it working well. But now, this is being used here, and this is being used here, and that should hopefully work really well for everything. That's my hope. So yeah, we got up to 400 and something. Now let's see if we end up getting as low as 100. If we get down to 100, then we're still in trouble. We need to build more farms. It doesn't look like it's dropping too quick. We might be okay. So the moment it starts jumping up again, we know we're safe. As long as it starts before... Oh, there we go. Yeah, I think we're okay. I think the problem was more distributing the food rather than... Well, storing the food mostly, rather than creating the food. We were just having a bunch of it being wasted here and not actually being able to get to houses before it all ran out. Now that we have this what is it called? Granary. Now we have this granary here. The farmers can focus on getting the food into the granary and then getting back to the farming. So they get it all stocked, stored, and it's all fine. And then the people in the market are the ones responsible for transporting it all the way over here. Also, we've got one of the houses finished and the other house is about to be finished. And there it is. Our capacity is approaching 300. Let's see if we can get that far. Let's go down to normal speed because we now have people free. What we need to do... Why winter, why? I just wanted to have a quick glance at what the tiles were like here, now that I can see them properly. Yeah, there's a couple of good ones here, but there's barren ones here, and they'd mess with any farming efforts we were making. In future, probably want to build a road here, but for now, I'm not that bothered about that. I think that's a more distant future project, so... Industry, blacksmith. I don't know which way around it goes. I'm going to assume this way. And build 2 of them. And then we'll once again be generating a positive amount of... Oh, we are out... Oh, of course we're out of charcoal. We just built 1 million blooming houses. Oh, crap. We urgently need more charcoal makers. Luckily, there's room here to just make a bunch more of them. So we'll do that. 1, 2. Will that be enough? Beyond the 3 that we have there, did we have any other charcoal makers running? I don't think we did. We removed all the ones from this main area because they were just upsetting people with all the smoke and such. And so previously we had 184. We had enough charcoal for that. So yeah, 2 more should be more than enough to keep the charcoal supply maintained, even with the 2 blacksmiths running. However, we plan on... Oh wait, I was about to say we plan on continuing to expand the houses, but look, we did it! We're a bustling city! We're not a burgeoning town anymore. We finally stopped burgeoning and we are now bustling instead. Wonderful, we did it. And we can carry on from here. We might end up just skipping straight through to the next step, depending on when exactly it turns up. If the threshold is like 400, definitely a possibility of just reaching that pretty quickly. But at this point, the limiting factor on building more houses is not like materials or people, it's food. So now we need to pay a little bit more attention to that. Saying that, food stocks are going up pretty fast. Like two summers back, we were at 200 less than that. So we could definitely continue expanding from there without a massive issue. We just got to be careful not to go too far with it. Yeah, these are all running now. We once again have charcoal. And I've realized I built them all like this, but that one there... I can't have it like that. They've got a match. The original idea was that there was just the two, and so they were sort of facing each other. But now that there's a row of them, they've got to be lined up right. Oh, we have a dragon. Where be he? Here he is, and he's a small one. Man the defenses. We don't have any people spare at the moment. Man them anyway. It's worth a shot. Once this construction project is finished, there'll be more people spare. We're doing some good damage here, but he might be about to set things on fire. Keep a close eye on him. Going off in that direction. We've now got the towers running though, and he's in the perfect spot to still be in range of these two and these two. Oh, oh, he set himself on fire. It seems like he started burning that, and then he was about to carry on burning stuff, and then panicked and started flying. But then because he was facing forward, he flew into his own fire, and then for some reason, dragons are flammable. Or inflammable. I never remember how that works, it's always confusing. I basically just imagine flammable and inflammable as both meaning that they can set on fire, because if you can trust either of them at this point. Language is confusing. We've got a full set of people working on it, which is good. We can switch these towers off again. And then we'll have plenty of people available, I guess, to build piers at this point, because we've got stupid amounts of stone. Now we've got people spare. That's about to be done. Admittedly, once these are finished, most of the people working on them will become blacksmiths. There is also the issue that because we've removed the current ones and built new ones, the people working in them won't be the previous blacksmiths, unless we're really lucky. So it'll take a while for them to train up to become grandmasters and get as good as the old blacksmiths were. But then the one we had out here was burning down every other day, so that one was always having that issue. These ones are nice and safe and protected, and so we'll get to grandmaster blacksmiths, and then they won't all die, and they'll carry on being grandmasters and being able to do good work. Why did I try and build a wall? I need to build a pier first. 1, 2, 3... Let's just keep going. Let's keep our people busy forever. It's perhaps a dumb idea, but we had to do it at some point, and the sooner the better, really. So there we go. That's the job of our builders for the next few 100 years. Are these properly manned? No. Whoops. It's going to take a long time before people are freed up to work on that. Or I can find a tower. Oh, these ones. Are these manned? Yes, they are. We don't want them being manned. And that should have freed up people to work in the blacksmith. No, they decided to be builders instead, I guess. Well, this will get built quicker, so guess that's alright. Yep, they're working fast on this stuff. Well, they've done a really good job of keeping the... it's really hard to click on the things when there's already a box. Oh, wow. Oh, that's pretty amazing. Most of these are being fully manned, and all the others are being at least half manned. Well, half rounded down. That's pretty crazy. So many builders, look at this. Waves of them. Well, this is awesome. We'll get this built in no time. That's the thing, because all these new people, they're not having to work on farms, because we already have enough farms. So these are just spare people that we can use for whatever we want. There's no immediate urgent things that need to be getting on with. The thing is, at the moment, there's not much to do apart from leave them to just get on with the construction. They're all busy. We can't have people doing any other jobs because everyone is already working on jobs. We could perhaps plan out more construction stuff. At the moment, what we need to do is remove a lot of this forest so that we can do this little setup here, over here. These three things here need to be done a second time. Everything else can just be done once. Maybe we could do with another hospital. I think we've got our hospitals a little bit too few and far between, admittedly. Relative to what you should really have. So I'm wondering if I should have a third blacksmith, because then that would really help stock us up on tools. Because at the moment we're only very slowly increasing our supply as time goes on. Yeah, let's do that. Because as time goes on, we're going to need more tools being supplied to our various things. So we'll get a third one, and then we'll definitely have enough in the way of a supply of tools. We may start to struggle in terms of iron, but then we do have 2 iron mines working now, and I think that's enough for it. We might have to build a stockpile around here to be able to deal with the output of tools. Otherwise, the blacksmiths themselves, I think, will transport them all the way over to here. Thing is, it might be the case that if they're not in range of a stockpile, then they'll just leave them out, and then when someone wants them, they'll come and collect them, which honestly is probably the better option. So instead of a massive loss in productivity for the blacksmiths, because they're constantly transporting things, it'll be a small loss in productivity for farms and places in the rare events that they actually need more tools. And then the tools used for rock removal will be sent to where they need to go by the people doing the rock removal rather than the blacksmiths. There we go, a third one. I'm hoping these people aren't unhappy about it. It should be far away enough that they are not bothered. Oh, happiness 77. Why is that? Oh, the taxes. Of course, the taxes. That makes sense. Any other negatives? Not that I can see. I think they're happy about everything else. It's just the taxes have reduced them. And the point of the taxes is to make use of excess happiness. And our happiness is continuing to go up. That's the thing, because these houses are in a perfect spot with being in range of everything. Every time I build one of these, it ups the average happiness just a little bit, because all the other houses are not quite as good. Oh wow, we've still got so many of these left to be built. We've got 5 people spare. This is crazy. What do we even do with these 5 people? I don't even know. Build more piers, I guess? Or something like that. Let us work on some castle blocks. That's got them busy again. Now, as for building the next tower, the rule I'm currently using is that there's a gap of 3 and then the tower, but it'd be cool if it was on the corner. So one thing to consider is if I was just doing a corner here in future, it'd be 1, 2, tower, 1, 2, 3, tower, 1, 2, 3, tower, 1, 2, 3, tower. Oh, fair enough. You know what? I'll just build the tower there then. It'll look a little bit weird, but it'll match up any future projects you want to do, so that's fine. 1, 2, 3. No, I want to... There we go. Archer tower. They're making a lot of progress with this. Oh, I've just realized we've gone over time, though. I was getting too distracted by all the industry that's happening. We're doing it. We're expanding at a good rate. We've got a bunch of people spare, so we can really start accelerating how quickly we grow, which is wonderful. And we are now, finally, a bustling city. So we did it. We actually, I set a goal last episode, and then I achieved it this episode, which is always nice. I don't know what to do next episode. I guess carry on. Maybe see if we can get to the next step in one go. Maybe that's a bit too much of a stretch. We should probably focus more on getting these walls ready before we really go crazy with the houses, because this is still very vulnerable. Vikings attack from here, there's nothing we can do. I shouldn't say that out loud. They might hear me. So yeah. We'll carry on with that. We'll get the defenses ready, because otherwise everything we built here is going to come crashing down and it's going to be an extremely depressing nightmare. So with that, I shall say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.